commit to holding leaders accountable at all levels. That includes you, of course. And frankly, as Secretary, you will be on the job 24/7. You recently promised some of my Republican colleagues that you stopped drinking and won't drink if confirmed, correct?
Absolutely.
Will you resign as Secretary of Defense if you drink on the job, which is a 24/7 position?
I've made this commitment on behalf of
Will
the
you
men and women I'm
resign as
serving.
Secretary of Defense
I've
if
made this
you
commitment
drink
on
on the
behalf
job?
of the men and women I'm serving
I'm not
because it's
hearing-
the most important deployment
I'm not
of my
hearing an
life.
answer to my question, so I'm going to move on. While you have made that commitment, you will not commit to resigning if you drink on the job.
Yeah, so he's gonna drink on the job. I mean, it could not be more obvious. I mean, look, he's desperately trying to get this position. He wants his position. He's not even willing to just lie and be like, yeah, no, I won't drink or whatever. Like, by the way, he could just lie and then he'll be the Secretary of Defense under Donald Trump. He could be wildly drunk constantly. They can't make him resign, but he's not willing to do it because he knows, he's internalized to his core, oh, what I said is BS. Okay, now look, for anyone who's struggled with alcoholism or maybe known someone who struggled with alcoholism, it's a very difficult thing, and I think that people deserve a lot of consideration. But that also doesn't mean, again, that you're owed an incredibly crucial position in our government. And he is telegraphing to us as much as possible. He has been an alcoholic his life. He's willing to make wild promises that he thinks can get him a position, but deep down he knows, no, he's gonna do exactly what he did. In the prior positions, the very small managerial positions he's had, which again, don't qualify him to be the Secretary of Defense, he was a drunk. He's going to be a drunk. And I guess for many Republicans, it doesn't matter. They will take a white, woman-hating, gay-hating drunk in the position over someone who's not gonna be sloshed off their ass, who believes that everyone deserves a chance to serve their country. That is the choice that they're making. And by the way, a lot of other things that he said, including to Megyn Hirono there, really concerning. He was asked whether he would refuse to direct US forces to invade Greenland if Trump ordered it. He would not say that he would literally invade Greenland. You could even laugh that off as, no, obviously we're never gonna do that. He didn't do it because he knows the only role I play as Secretary of Defense is what Donald Trump says goes. I will do literally whatever badass crazy thing he asks me to do. So he's not gonna rule out invading Greenland. She also asked him if he would refuse an order to shoot protesters in the legs, which is only partially a hypothetical. Trump apparently asked his prior Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, to do exactly that. Now, Esper wasn't willing to do it. Would he be willing to do it? He refused to rule it out. He refused to rule out gunning down protesters. He also said, by the way, he said the waterboarding, the law of the land is that it's not legal. He has for many years on Fox News described it as an effective tactic. So now he's at least presenting himself as being against torturing people for information, even though he has talked up torturing prisoners for years as a Fox News personality. He said that the rules of engagement for US troops have been too restrictive in the past, which again, he's a guy who has gone to bat advocating for war criminals before, so expect more war crimes in the future. He also described Russia's 2014 invasion of Crimea as a minor incursion. Well, why wouldn't he present it that way? Again, whether he thinks it or not. And remember, Hegseth back in the day, in the very beginning era of Trump, was a big critic of Donald Trump. He saw him as a chicken hawk. Now he's totally on board. He's done the JD Vance turn. And so, yeah, no, Russia gets to invade. They get to do their minor incursions, conquer new territory or whatever. They do it over there. We do it with Greenland, maybe Panama, maybe we invade Toronto or whatever. And the world gets carved up by petty strong men once again. And so look, it's looking more and more like he's going to get this position despite being about as unqualified for it as you can possibly imagine. And maybe he won't be asked to do any of these things. Maybe in the end, Trump won't make the call to gun down protesters. Maybe he won't insist that we invade Greenland or whatever. But the important thing to take away from this is, if Donald Trump does give one of those unimaginable orders, if he does say it's time to cross that line, Pete Hegseth is saying ahead of time, I'm on board. I'm gonna be drunk when I do it, but I will comply with that order. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.